states are passing laws to make it harder for women to get access to things like education and grants and business grants, trying to drive women back into the kitchen, and then saying you also can't control your own reproduction. Women, wake up. When a war is being waged upon you, you are at war whether you want to be or not. And the Republican Party has openly declared war on women. Wake.
Let's get rid of politics for a second. I don't care if it's Republican, Democrat, up is down is, left is right is. I don't care what party you're associated with. Just let's think critically here right now for a minute. Let's say you as a man want to have children in the future. You do know that there is not a 99% chance that you're always going to have a boy. There's a possibility that you could have a baby girl. How do you one day explain to your daughter the rules, the laws, and the regulations on what she can and can't do with her body? What she has access to and what she doesn't have access to as a woman. Just because she was born a gender that she couldn't control, she has less rights than other people just because of her gender. Okay, let's fight that counter argument. I don't plan on having kids. I'm never going to have a daughter. What about your mom, your grandma, your aunt, your cousin, your wife, your girlfriend? What about the women in your life that you genuinely care for and that you care about? We have old white men who should be in nursing homes telling women all across the United States of America what they can and cannot do with their bodies. Now, I understand that a lot of men are ignorant to the women anatomy. When I say ignorant, it means lack of knowledge. And the reason being is because as men, we don't have the same reproductive systems as women, obviously. But even though it doesn't directly affect you because you're not a woman, it should indirectly affect you. Like, you should be infuriated right now. They are not passing laws to say, you know what, free healthcare for everybody, free education for everybody, free any, like the necessities we need to survive. They're not saying, oh, all these things should be free, let's vote on it. Because realistically speaking, nothing divides us. There's no separation between us as humans. We all have a birth date and we all have a death date. No matter if you're black, white, purple, brown, man or woman, he, she, them, they, don't matter what your sexual orientation is, your gender, it doesn't matter about it. None of that shit matters. We are all human beings, and it frustrates me that there's one group of individuals who has more money than everybody else in the world. It's not about your race, gender, ethnicity. It doesn't matter about the things that separate us. It's a matter if you're rich and if you're poor. And the rich people who have all the money and all the time are the ones who create the game and are constantly making new laws and new rules to set us back. And all we focused on is the division on gender and culture and race and ethnicity, all the bullshit that doesn't matter. We can't control how we come out of the womb. We can't control what we look like, what color we are. We can't control any of that. What we can control is what kind of quality of life we're going to have here while we're on this planet and while we're living the life that we're living. And no one's stopping right now to say, you know what? Why is it that I got to work my entire life? Why is it that I don't have money, but yet these people who have money and who have the ability to make the rules and the laws and the regulation, why do they have so much power to say who can do what and who can't do what? You mean to tell me that a 70 years old, the ones who can't even drive properly in the right lane on the highway, you mean to tell me that these same politicians have all this power to be able to tell a woman that they don't even know, they never even met, they don't even know exists? They have the power to tell women what they can and can't do with their bodies. And I know a lot of people say, well, this isn't a big deal. This isn't a big deal. Okay, where do we draw the line on how much power they have? Where do we draw the line at? And this is coming from a man who is a father, who is a husband, who is a son, who is a nephew, and I have so many beautiful women in my family, and this affects all the women that I know and that I care about. When does this shit stop? When does it end?